Have you ever felt like you're speaking a different language from the person you love most? You give what you think is love, but it lands as something completely different. Your heartfelt efforts somehow turn into arguments, leaving both of you feeling misunderstood and frustrated. This isn't about right or wrong. This isn't about who loves more. This is about something much deeper, the unspoken languages of love we each carry within us. Today, we're going to decode these languages. We'll explore why he shows love through actions, why she expresses it through words and emotions, and most importantly, how to bridge this gap to create the deep, fulfilling connection you both crave. Let's step into his world for a moment. For Mark, love isn't just a feeling, it's a verb. It's something you do. When he works overtime to buy those diamond earrings, he's not just giving jewelry. In his language, each extra hour at the office translates to, "I'm building a secure future for us." When he fixes that leaky faucet at 11 p.m., he's saying, "I will protect our home." When he remembers to change your car's oil, he's whispering, "Your safety is my priority." These aren't just chores or financial transactions. They're love letters written in the ink of action. He was taught, often from childhood, that real love means providing, protecting, and solving problems. His father probably showed love the same way, not through long conversations about feelings, but through a roof over the head, food on the table, and solved problems. The tragedy occurs when his most profound expressions of love, his actions, go unrecognized as such. When Sarah looks past the fixed faucet and the clean garage to focus on his silence during dinner, he feels his entire love language has been rejected. Why doesn't she see? He wonders. Can't she understand that everything I do is for us? Now let's enter her world. For Sarah, love is a living conversation, a continuous thread of emotional connection. When she prepares that elaborate anniversary dinner, she isn't just making food. She's creating an experience, a memory. The carefully chosen menu, the candlelight, it's all her way of saying, "You are special to me, and I want to celebrate us." While he speaks through actions, she speaks through emotions and words. A simple "How was your day?" isn't just small talk, it's an invitation to intimacy. When she asks, "What are you thinking about?" she's really asking, "Can I know you? Can I be part of your inner world?" Her language of love is built on presence, attention, and verbal affirmation. She remembers conversations, stores away his dreams and fears, and believes that love grows through shared vulnerability. So when Mark arrives late, what he sees is a grand gesture. The earrings she experiences as a missed connection. The gift feels hollow because the real gift she wanted was his presence, his attention, his time. In that moment, the diamonds can't compensate for the conversation they didn't have, the laughter they didn't share, the togetherness she had carefully prepared for. She isn't being ungrateful. She's simply listening for love in a different language, one he hasn't yet learned to speak. This is where the heartbreak happens, in the space between intention and interpretation. He brings her a cup of coffee in the morning, thinking, "I want to make her day better." She hears, he's just going through the motions. She asks about his day, hoping to connect. He hears, she's checking up on me. These missed connections create what I call the silent balance sheet of resentment. He quietly tallies all the things he does, the oil changes, the overtime, the fixed appliances. She quietly tallies all the emotional moments she needs, the conversations, the hugs, the feeling of being seen. Both feel increasingly owed, and both feel increasingly unseen. Let's look at a few common scenarios where love gets lost in translation. The gift. He buys her a new vacuum cleaner for her birthday. Practical, useful, something she mentioned needing. She opens it and feels reduced to a homemaker. He sees confusion on her face and feels unappreciated. The conversation. She wants to talk about their relationship, to check in. He hears a problem that needs to be solved. When she says, "I just need you to listen," he falls silent, panicked, because he doesn't know what just listening without offering a solution looks like. The comfort. She's upset about a problem with a friend. He immediately launches into a step-by-step plan to fix it. She puts a hand up and says, "I don't need you to fix it. I need you to understand." He is left feeling useless, his primary tool for showing care, problem solving, rejected. Neither is wrong. They're just speaking different dialects of the same core desire to love and be loved. The good news is that we can learn to understand each other's language. It doesn't require changing who you are, but rather developing a new skill, emotional translation. Here are practical steps you can start applying today. For him, learning the language of emotional expression. The 3-word challenge. Start small. Practice using 3-word phrases that express care beyond action. I appreciate you. I miss you too. Tell me more. These are simple but powerful entries into her vocabulary. Listen to connect, not to solve. When she shares a problem, your first job is not to find a solution. It is to understand her feeling. Try asking, "How did that make you feel?" Or simply saying, "That sounds really difficult." Your presence is the solution. The daily download. Dedicate 10 uninterrupted minutes each day to simply talk. No phones, no TV. Ask about her day and listen. This dedicated time fulfills her core need for connection. For her, learning the language of actional love. See the why behind the what. When he fixes something or works late, train yourself to see the silent message. Instead of "he's always tinkering," reframe it as "he is taking care of our home." Verbally acknowledge it. "Thank you for taking care of us by fixing that." Appreciate the practical. Understand that for him, a practical gift is not impersonal. It is deeply personal. It means, "I pay attention to your life and I want to make it easier." Receive it as the gesture of care it is intended to be. Share your needs clearly. Instead of saying, "You never talk to me," which you will hear as criticism, try a positive, action-oriented request. Say, "It would mean so much to me if we could talk for 10 minutes when you get home. It helps me feel connected to you." The love menu exercise. Sit down together and each create a menu of 5 to 10 small, specific actions that make you feel loved. His might include, "Bring me a coffee without asking," or "Watch the game with me." Hers might include, "Hold my hand while we watch TV," or "Tell me one thing you admire about me." Swap menus. This becomes your practical guide to speaking each other's language. Let's return to Mark and Sarah. After a painful period of misunderstanding, they decided to try the love menu exercise. Mark learned that for Sarah, love sounded like, "Tell me about your dream last night," or "Let's put our phones away and just talk for a while." Sarah discovered that for Mark, love looked like her bringing him his favorite snack while he worked, or simply saying, "I really appreciate how hard you work for our family." One evening, Mark came home and, instead of immediately turning on the TV, he asked Sarah, "What was the best part of your day today?" It was a simple question from her menu. For a moment, Sarah was speechless, then her eyes lit up. That small, translated effort meant more to her than a dozen rushed bouquets of flowers. Similarly, when Sarah noticed Mark looking stressed and simply brought him a cup of tea without demanding he talk about it, he felt a profound sense of being cared for. He felt seen, not nagged. This is the bridge. It's not about grand, sweeping changes. It's built in these small, consistent moments where you choose to express love in a way your partner can receive it. It's the conscious decision to sometimes speak their language, even if it feels foreign at first. The goal is not to abandon your own native love tongue, but to become fluent in two. You create a new, shared dialect where his actions are heard as affection and her words are felt as support. Love is not a mystery. It is a language. And like any language, it can be learned, practiced, and mastered. The deepest intimacy doesn't come from finding a perfect person, but from patiently and lovingly learning to translate the heart of an imperfect one. When you understand that his silence is often deep thought and not rejection, and that her questions are seeks for connection and not interrogation, everything changes. Your partner's way of loving is not a flawed version of yours. It is a different dialect of the same profound human need. So, we leave you with this question. What is one small phrase from your partner's love language that you can practice speaking this week? The journey to a deeper connection starts with a single, translated step.